Alright, hey, Hades Omega here, and welcome to another Hades Omega Rav4 Prime Inverter Saga video, okay? It never ends, it still continues. So, in the last video you found out that, like, yeah, this thing, it overheats, okay? So, I did take it to the racetrack, and I had a big, like a Vornado fan, alright? It was like it's a very powerful, like, house fan, right? And it has like a variable, you know, speed, and I was able to charge my battery, all right, at full power with the fan blowing at the inverter while the cover was open a little bit, all right? It's cracked open a little bit, and it worked, all right? It kept it cool enough to run consistently, all right? But I don't want to have to carry that freaking big ass fan all the time, all right? If I happen to have it, that's cool. I could use it, you know. And it's like, you know, it's a regular fan that you plug into a 120 volt outlet, right? And then it can move like a good amount of air, is what I'm gonna say. It's a very good house fan. I have a blower fan that can move even more air, okay? But I think that's probably overkill. All right. So yeah. Anyway, check that video clip out of me using it. All right, Hades Omega here, and we're here at the Horse Thief Mile at Willow Springs Raceway. And so I'm testing out my Rav4 Prime inverter. So this is what I got rigged up right now. So when we did the testing before, and it was really cold out, by the way, this thing overheats like crazy, especially when you're charging it at full power. So right now I'm charging my battery at 10 amps. It's drawing about close to 900 watts, yeah, 860, and I'm running this fan. So I'm using this fan, all right, to cool down. I use this fan to cool my motorcycle down, by the way. That's why it's here. Anyway, I'm using the fan to blow air into here to cool the where the inverter is. And so far, it's not getting too hot. All right, it's getting hot here on the side. But if I remember correctly, when we were charging at 10 amps, it got really hot and it shut off. So we'll see how long it takes before it shuts off. It's been charging for maybe like 5 minutes or so right now. So okay. Well, I'll let you guys know if it overheats. Alright, but yeah, the vehicle's on right now. Okay, yeah, so that works, okay? But I don't want to have to carry that big old fan all the time if I'm going to use this, use the inverter a whole lot. Okay? Alright, I bought these Ipower USB fans, alright? One of them is 120 millimeter, alright? If you know, like, about computer fans and stuff, yeah, this is similar to what you would use in the computer. It's got these little rubber dampeners on it, too. It's pretty nice. So I got the 120 millimeter one, all right. That's a pretty big fan, and it's less noisy, all right. And then I have two 92 millimeter fans, all right. So there's one that comes with two, and then one that comes with one, all right. So we're gonna try to figure out which one of these we want to use more, okay. And so yeah, these are USB powered. They're 5 volts, okay. So my plan is to plug this into the outlet, the USB outlet, on the inverter, directly on the inverter. We don't even have to do the inverter. We can use the one that's right here too, okay? But we're gonna see if we can charge the battery like for like more than 10 minutes without it overheating with this, okay? So that's the deal, all right? So we're gonna try one, and then we're probably let it cool down, and then we're gonna try the other, and we'll see how long it lasts, okay? If it can last more than like 20 minutes without overheating, that's pretty good, all right? Right now, it's pretty cool. I'd say, I don't know, it's probably in the 70s, going down into the 60s right now, all right? It's starting to get warm now, but I waited for the sun to come down so we'll give it a little bit of more cool air to work with, all right? Okay, so I got these on eBay, all right? I'll put a link where I got them from, and they were $12 each, all right? So $12 for this and $12 for this, all right? And they do have an on-off switch, and it has a speed, so you can adjust the speed of this also. So this is pretty nice. It's a pretty nice fan for only 12 bucks. What a bargain! All right, if I don't use it for this, I can use it to cool something else down. All right. So okay. Okay. So here's what I got going on here. All right. So we're gonna crack this open a little bit. All right. I've got the USB fan plugged into the USB port right here, okay, and I think I want to blow cool air in, okay. So we're going to figure out which way is the inlet and outlet. What I might do is I'm going to draw a fan on what direction the air goes on this, okay, so I know. All right, and we're gonna just leave it cracked open like that. Maybe we'll put it like right here, okay,
kind of makes it hard to see what's in the thing though. Right there. All right, see, it's nice. It keeps it propped up a little bit, but not a whole lot. All right. Okay, so we're gonna turn it on. All right, I've got the switch right up here. Vehicle is on right now. We're 14.2 volts. All right, it's not on. All right, you just saw. I think it's off. O means off. L means low, medium, and high. Okay, so there's low, medium, and high. Obviously, we want high. Okay, and it is blowing air in right now. So what I'm gonna do is, I guessed right. I guessed right. So what I'm gonna do is draw an arrow here. Oh, it already does have an arrow. Yeah, it's right here. But I'll draw another one. Yeah, so there's actually an arrow that tells you the direction that the fan is blowing air. So, okay, well they already did that for me. Good. All right, so it's blowing air onto the case of the thing, and then we're gonna go plug my charger in. Okay. So here we're gonna use the Toyota outlet. Okay. I'll put this to 80%, and we're gonna charge it at 10 amps. All right, I'm gonna fire it up. Okay. Okay, we're gonna wait for the caps to charge up and then plug this in here. Okay, it's charging. It should say something soon. All right, 10 amps, 68.9 volts. It's this battery is in like a desperate need of like a charge right now. It's like I use that for a race. So, okay, so we're pulling 640 amps. All right, and you heard the fan turn on. So there's like a lot of like air coming in right now. Okay, so all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get my stopwatch here, reset, and start. All right, so there we go. Why is there like some kind of beeping sound, man? It sounds awful. Okay. Like somebody's like vacuuming something. Okay, anyway, so what we'll do is we'll monitor it in 10-minute intervals. So I'll kind of pop my head in here every once in a while, and then I'll feel under here to see how hot it gets. Okay, it's already getting pretty hot. All right, so that's like 600 something amps. All right, and we're charging straight off of the battery. The vehicle is on. It's got a good amount of charge in it right now, so should be able to charge that battery up no problem. All right. Okay, so we'll see how long it'll do this without overheating. Okay. So right now we're running the 120 millimeter. After that, we'll try the 292 millimeters. All right, so that one, the cover will be even lower, so which is good. And we got two fans. It'll cover more like going this way. So I think that might be the ticket right there. All right, but we'll see. Basically, we're just kind of force feeding the fan. But the question is like how much airflow, you know, how much airflow is that giving? You know, it seems to be okay. All right, so we'll see how it hangs out. All right. Okay, see you guys in like 10 minutes. All right, he's big here. It's been 13 minutes. Sorry, I went over a little bit. But here we are. It's still charging. It's not overheating. Look at that. It's working. It is working. It's getting pretty hot. It's getting hot, but as you can see, I can keep my hand on it. All right. So we'll keep on going. All right, but yeah, I can feel the air. There's a significant amount of air. Let me push some of this freaking plastic bags out of the way. All right. The more ventilation around, the more area around it. There's more room for ventilation. But yeah, it's working. So maybe this is the answer right here, guys. All right, 660 watts. That's not a whole lot of power, man, but it's doing it. Okay. All right. So we're about 14 minutes in. We'll see. I'll see you guys in 10 more minutes. So like in 25 minutes or something. All right. And the battery's just charging. Okay, he's making here. It's 26, almost 27 minutes. All right. Sorry, I keep on forgetting. I'm doing stuff in the garage. It's getting warm, but not super hot. All right. Yeah, my hand is starting to get really hot. yeah, it's kind of hot enough where I don't kind of want to put my hand on it anymore. So it's but I can keep my hand on it, so it's not super duper hot, but it is getting hotter, guys. All right, after 26 minutes. All right, so what we could do is just lower the battery current down. All right, but yeah, it's still a disappointment. This is still only like half of what this is rated at, you know, and it still can't handle it. All right, but the fan helps, no doubt. It helps. All right, but it's not hot enough to cause it to overheat. All right, so let's just keep on going until it overheats. All right, guys. We're at 27 minutes. All right. Okay, 44 minutes in, and still cool. All right, I'm putting my hand over it, and it feels hot, but it's not hot enough where like I want to, you know, I feel like I'm gonna get burned. All right, but yes, it is hot still. Okay, and it's always this section right here. This part on the left always gets really hot. But definitely this fan helps. All right. Okay, well let's I will leave it here until it's done charging. All right, I'll keep the timer on. We were at about 68%. This is going to stop charging at like about 80%, and then we'll let it cool down, and then we'll test the two fans. All right, the two fans versus the one fan. All right, and I've got this thing turned up all the way. Yeah, it's on high, and it's moving a decent amount of air, so it works. So I think that's the ticket right there, guys. Maybe use all three fans. Yeah, oh, my Rav4 is going to turn off right now. No, don't do it. Keep vehicle on. Okay. Okay, so yeah, remember, if you're not going to go anywhere with your Rav4, and you're using the inverter, make sure you press that thing where it says like keep vehicle on, all right, or else it'll shut off in like an hour or something. Well, apparently 46 minutes. Okay, so anyway, we'll leave this charging, and then we'll see if this thing overheats. So far, no, so far so good. It's not super duper hot. It's getting hot, but it's not super duper hot. All right, I could only imagine if you were charging this thing like full thing. it would like at 1,000 watts or something, man. It would not be happy. So I would say, yeah, don't go more than like 700, 800 watts, or else it's gonna get really hot. Unless you got a bigger fan. Okay, but anyway, yeah. See you guys in a bit. It's 40. We're at 46 minutes. 1 hour. All right, 1 hour into it, and it hasn't overheated yet. All right, still hot, but not that hot. All right. If you remember correctly, when it overheats, you'll know. You won't be able to put your hand on there. So yeah, this is working. Okay. Maybe if we had a more powerful fan, it'd be a little better. That's what I'm gonna say, but I would say don't push more than 700 sustain. Right? Right now, this is fine. This is like the limit right here. You don't want to do any more than this. I'm sure it'll get even hotter. All right. But if we even lowered the current down, it would be even better. So for like short use, like if you're gonna cook or something for 10-20 minutes, this is perfectly fine. All right, this will be able to handle it, is what I'll say. But if you're gonna do it like sustain for like a long period of time, then I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work out, man. All right. Okay, but yeah, it's still hanging in there. What I'm worried about is if the inverter gets this hot, then how hot is the DC-DC converter getting? All right, so I believe what powers the charger, all right, for the 12-volt battery is there's a DC-DC converter that's connected to the charger, all right, and the charger is connected to the battery, right? So it's drawing power from the battery to charge the 12 volts. So you know, what if that is getting too hot? All right, that makes me wonder if I know if we could open this up, the charger. So the charger thing is right here. Yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, there's a fan here cooling something down. So So I highly recommend. All right, so this is the fan. This is where the cooler is for your DC-DC converter. Don't put anything in front of this thing. All right, like the manual tells you, don't put anything in front of this, because this needs to be open and unobstructed. All right, so the air goes in. All right, I can feel it. It's sucking in air right now. So this is what's cooling down the DC converter. So if the inside of your vehicle is cool, that should stay cool. All right, if it's hot out, I know that's a thing. What if it's really hot? You know, that's gonna get hot too. So anyway, we're at 1 hour and 2 minutes, so keep on chugging along. Okay, I think this battery is almost done charging. It's been charging for 1 hour and 40 minutes. All right, I think it's almost done. I'm trying to charge it to like 80%. Okay, it should automatically shut off. It's like at like 90%. It should shut off like really soon. But 1 hour and 40 minutes, and it is fine. All right, it's getting pretty hot. All right, it's, as you can see, it says it's pulling 740 amps. It looks like the higher yeah, so the higher the voltage, the more current it's pulling from the battery. So it makes sense, right? More voltage, more current. So as this gets higher in voltage, the current goes up, and so it just gets even hotter. So now we're running 740. If you remember in the beginning, we were doing like under 700, like 640 or 680 or something. Now we're doing 740, and I can feel it's starting to get hot now. Okay, so oh yeah, it's getting really hot. I can't put my hand on it for very long. Okay, so hopefully this thing finishes charging soon. What I can do is lower the current. All right, but yeah, we want to see if it can handle it. It looks like it's fine. It looks like about 700 amps is fine. All right, with this fan we'll be okay. All right, so I have another battery I need to charge. This one here, I'll let it cool down, and then we'll do it tomorrow, and then we'll use the two fans. All right, the two 92 millimeter fans. Okay. Okay, so when this is done charging, I'll let you guys know how long it stayed on and how hot it got. All right, so but right now it's pretty hot. I can barely keep my hand on it. Okay, and it's getting cooler out right now. So all right. Okay, what did I say? 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it shut off. Okay, so this was on for 1 hour 45 minutes. It got pretty hot at the end. I'm sure this thing is cooling down a whole lot now. All right, the fan is still on. We'll wait for that to cool down. And so yeah, we hit like 80 volts, and that's 80% according to this, but it says 87 on the little battery gauge, so I don't believe it. Okay, so there you go. 1 hour 45 minutes with this 120 millimeter USB fan, and it was able to handle that. All right, power was somewhere from like 680 to 740. All right, anything more than 700, it started to get really hot. All right, but it wasn't hot enough to make it overheat. Okay, so I'm sure right now it's cooling down like a whole lot. Pretty soon the fan is going to turn off. Like, in fact, let's turn this off. Okay, yeah, the fan is still on, but let's let it cool down. I think this will turn off. Let's see how long it takes for it to cool down until the fan should shut off when well, the fan on the inverter should shut off when when it cools down. Okay, so if it ended at 1 hour and 45 minutes, we'll see how long it takes for that fan to turn off. All right, so it's been on for 2 minutes so far. And if you're wondering how much charge it ate up almost like a quarter of the battery. It's about a 2 amp hour battery, so you figure it shouldn't make too big a dent in there. That's what I'm gonna say. Oh, there, I just heard it stop. Okay, so I just turned off. I think this fan is still on. Yeah, the fan is still on, but now it's pretty quiet. Man, that fan is loud, dude. It immediately got quieter. All right, so it was it took 3 minutes to cool it down. Not bad. I would say it's probably in the 60 degrees right now. Okay, it's not that cold. I'm still wearing a t-shirt. So okay, so there we go. And so what happens when we're done? So when we're done, I'm gonna leave that plugged in. I will turn it off though. All right, I like this. It has this little switch here. I turned it off, and then I just put it down here like this. All right, and then I close it. All right, so then when it's time to go use it, you know, like really use it, I just put it up, I put this like that, and I hold it down like that, right? It's probably best to angle. Well, the good thing is the cover acts as kind of like a duct also. So okay, so after we will go. We'll let this cool down, and then we'll use the dual fan setup, okay? And we'll see how that works out. I will see if it overheats with that, all right? But it looks like for this one, it's fine. It's too bad there's not one with two 120 millimeter fans, okay? I don't know how many watts that eats up, but I'm sure it's negligible. All right, okay. So in the next clip, we will begin the second test, all right, with the dual fan setup.
All right, hey, Hades mate here. So we're gonna go do the test with the dual fan setup, all right? And it's pretty cold right now. It's kind of not fair with the other one because it was a lot warmer, but it's okay. All right, so we're gonna go. Let's turn this on. I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't know. Let's see how warm it is. It's not warm anymore. Okay, so we're gonna take the 120 millimeter single fan out. We're gonna use dual fans. Sorry, that dual 92 millimeters. And so the cool thing about this is you can have an exhaust fan and an intake fan. But I think we're just gonna go for a thing. I'm gonna go plug it in. Okay, it's not on yet. We'll put it on high. And a little bit louder. Okay, and I want to blow the air into. I feel it's more efficient to blow the air inside, so we're gonna do this. Okay, something like that. Close the lid. Okay, so. Did you get that? So there's the two fan. Oh wait, one of them is. Hold on. One of them is exhausting. If anything, we probably want the exhaust the other way. But we'll see how efficient it is to have two fans instead of one big one. Right? So the thing is, these smaller fans, they spin at a higher RPM, right? But the little fan that's inside the inverter is probably louder than this. We'll find out. So does this have a mark on it also? No, this doesn't have a mark. So what I'm gonna do is mark it. All right. This fan. Okay, just write an arrow. All right, and take this one out. So the thing is, it's harder to keep these two together, is what I want to say. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of harder to put these two together. I feel like the one fan is probably good enough. This is my guess. All right, but anyway, see, this one fell down already. Oh, and then that one fell down. See, this is kind of annoying. I think I'd rather have just the one. Okay, move this one out this way a little bit. Okay. And so it's going to kind of be harder for me to stick my hand in there and feel. Alright, it's not eating up any power. It's 12.4 volts, so I need to turn the vehicle on. Okay, and then let's go plug our battery in. So right now we're at 14.2 volts. Okay, same deal as last time. I got my battery charger right here. Alright, it should have power already. We're going to turn it on. Then plug it into the battery. Immediately you hear the fan speed up. It just becomes like twice as loud. Okay. Okay, it's pretty cool right now. This battery is not as drained as the other one, so this one won't take as long. So, but anyway, we're drawing. You guys can't see it, but we're drawing 700 watts right now. Okay, and so what I've noticed is the higher the charge gets, the higher the power consumption gets. Okay. So I think we saw it go up to like 740 or 780 or something. Okay, so it's kind of not fair. It's kind of cold right now, but we'll see how hot it gets. All right, so let me go bust out the timer. Okay, timer's on. All right, so hopefully we can do this for. I got another battery to charge too, so we can keep this thing on.
Okay, you
All right.
got 10 minutes in. Okay, I'm gonna go feel it. So I'll tell you now, we're pushing about 720 watts. All right, you guys can't see it through. I have to look through around the fan. So that's one of the drawbacks to this. Yeah, so it's definitely not overheating. I've got my hand on it. Once again, the left side of the inverter is getting pretty warm. All right, but it's not hot enough for like I don't want to hold it. Okay, I get the feeling that the single fan was still better. All right, but yeah, there's a lot of cool air coming up from these fans now. We can get a more powerful fan, might be better, man, but I think this will be okay. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, yeah, so we're 10 minutes or 12 minutes now. All right. Okay, I'm looking at my phone right now, and it's been about 22 minutes, almost. All right, so I'm gonna go check again. Right now we're still doing 720 watts. All right, it's getting pretty warm. All right. Yeah, it's getting pretty warm. The left side is getting pretty warm. If I keep my hand on it long enough, I kind of don't want to keep my hand on it. So that's how hot it is. All right, guys. All right. But it's still running, and I don't think it's overheating. So. Okay, and it's about 60 degrees out. I just checked my thermometer. I forgot I had a thermometer in my garage. All right, here's me here. We're 30 minutes in here, and let's go give a feel. We're pumping 740 watts through this now. All right, so it's starting. The battery's almost fully charged, and it's getting pretty hot. Yeah, I can. It's not pleasant to keep my hand on the left side of the inverter. Okay. It's cool. I don't understand why the other side is so much cooler than it's a heatsink, right? So this whole unit should be, should be trying to move the heat all around, Okay, but it hasn't overheated yet, all right? But it's getting pretty hot, all right? And this is nearly done already. So okay, I just heard the charger shut off, and we're gonna go feel how hot this guy got. Okay, actually it's not that hot because when this thing is almost done charging, it lowers the current down a little bit. All right, so but anyway, it was running for 43 minutes and it didn't overheat. Okay, so that's good. I think both of them work. I think I would rather just have the one fan. Okay. Yeah, even this thing is already cool already. I cool down like with the quickness. We can keep it running. I have another battery to charge, but I have to use a different charger. So let's try it out.